Can you imagine if Beyonce dressed like Taylor Swift? Not even necessarily in her actual style, but in the level of style and how many critiques she would get if she got that many critiques about her hair or her outfit. Do you really think she would have been Beyonce? Do you think she would have been allowed to be Beyonce if she wasn't impeccable in every single area, style, dancing? Can you imagine if Beyonce's skill set of dancing was at the level of Taylor Swift's? You think she would have been allowed in front of white people's face? Like, I wish people could understand the standards are not consistent. That's why when people say, do black women have to invent time travel to win album of the year? Like, Victoria Monet has been excellent for over a decade in every single way. Style, music, dance. Because here's the thing, music is subjective. So people like to be like, oh, well, it's subjective. You don't know. Okay, black women would not be allowed in front of y'all's face if they weren't impeccable in every single category, where white people who are particularly very much the beauty standard get to be mediocre in some of these categories and still win everything. And you want to pretend that that's fair. That's crazy. That's objectively crazy. Music is subjective, but rubrics are not, right? The concept of a rubric, the concept of there's these different categories that you can be excellent in, and altogether that creates your excellent. You know, it's like when people are talking about Michael Jackson versus Taylor Swift. You need to understand that the standards are much different. To win album of the year, does she have to invent time travel? Because she's doing everything else. And she's held to a different standard. Because the answer to, can you think of somebody who doesn't have like impeccable style, impeccable hair, impeccable face, impeccable dancing, impeccable performance, is excellent in every single area as a black woman, and even gets close enough to be palatable to whiteness to win an Academy Award full of white people voting, and people want to talk about like her awards being fair. The same woman she simply doesn't mean 13 awards when SZA did that. Like, SZA did that. And I'm really not trying to shit on Taylor Swift. I'm more trying to critique like the Academy and the standard of whiteness, which allows certain aspects of like media. I think, you know, all I hear on podcasts, honestly, are people talking about Taylor Swift's outfits, how they could improve. Like, so many of the podcasts I listen to who are women who like Taylor Swift still say, yeah, her style could do this or that. Do people say that about Beyonce? No, and the reason that they don't say it about Beyonce is because Beyonce wouldn't have been able to be Beyonce if she wasn't extra excellent in every single echelon. So when we're talking about Grammys and like standards reached, that's where people are coming from when they're talking about why black women should be able to win album of the year like once ever. That'd be crazy.